Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
That's called life.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it.
Yes, sir.
It won't be easy. It may take generations. Centuries of suffering. And that is if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
That's a good point.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies.
Also true.
Are you certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix.
Okay, but where's our airship?
I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
No, shut up, Joshua.
All right. I yield.
Don't yield. Make airship.
But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings?
True. Dion also has wings. Shut up, Joshua.
Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins.
Let's fly on the back of Bahamut.
Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger.
True.
You both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more.
Yes,
Besides,
Dion.
I would have words with Ultima.
Dion, let's kick Ultima's ass.
He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
We're gonna fly up there and kick its teeth in.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back.
He probably isn't, I'm gonna be honest with you.
And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to. Does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Okay, nothing is updated, let's go talk to Jill.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do? Why I have to do it? There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
They're gonna watch the moon together.
It's almost time.
Now, everything. Make
I'm
for
gonna make sure I haven't
origin.
forgotten anything.
Now. Remember I said it'll be like, yeah, we have like 28 side quests left. Now everything is updated. That's a lot of fucking side quests. In case you haven't noticed, your poor hound spends all his time on the rear deck whimpering like Gav in his cups. Something ain't right, and my gut tells me not to do with a supply of antelope bones.
What is it this time, Torgal?
We gotta do them, not just because we did them before, but they could lead us to something good prize-wise, you know what I mean? Reluctant as I am to add to your burdens, I would ask for your aid in a personal matter, albeit one that may be beneficial to your cause. There exists ancient texts deemed injurious to modern thought that mere possession is deemed a crime. It is a chance encounter with one such tome, from a distance, that sparked within me the scholastic curiosity which burns to this very day. I wish to enlist your aid in reclaiming that text. Should you require further incentive, know that I am willing to offer compensation for services rendered.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
Confirmed. We need to give Torgal some doggy antidepressants. It's in the lore. Okay. Go talk to Torgal really quick first. What I'm surprised in is that there's no new hunts. And hunts are not updated or anything. What's up, baby boy?
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there?
Oh, baby.
I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
Heartache, like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he was looking for was you.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
He doesn't want to.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Yeah, it's a remembrance of
Indeed.
Sid.
You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you?
Oh.
You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Let's go help out our baby.
Where to then, Torgal?
The baby. Baby.
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west.
He wants to go
Toward Rosaria.
home.
Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
We're gonna do this quest before I accept any other quests, by the way. Open world map. Yeah, we're gonna do this quest before any others because there's also these two down here and one up there. I think that's it. The three out. It's the three out here. All the ones inside the hideaway. It's just a handful, but these are probably the last side quests in the entire game. That's probably why. Come on, baby.
It's still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
Torgo's so smart. You're so pretty. You're a pretty baby.
This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you.
I'm running. I'm running. Oh, they had a tree house.
Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal?
Oh, your baby wanted to go home. Oh, baby Torgal.
Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here?
Oh.
My sparring sword.
Oh.
Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal, for never giving up.
Oh.
For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either.
Where else are we going, baby?
That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going.
Oh, home.
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
Oh. Quest complete. We get Claw's Fang +1. Increases Torgo's attack potency. In the charred sparring sword put in our chambers. Back to the hideaway. Let's go check out the charred sparring sword. Get the Genji gloves, dude. Another missive at our chamber. Also, what is Torgal's what are his stats looking like right now? Oh, he's still not maxed out yet. Have the sparring sword now. Yes. These side quests really fucking rip my heart out and stomp on it sometimes. I'm afraid to know what the rest of them are gonna look like. This is just random one of them. Fine, a fine hound. Two of you have been together for probably feels like a lifetime now, but there's still a lot you have to learn about that hound of yours. Aye, he stepped in front of a bloody raging behemoth that meant protecting you. But that don't mean you should take it for granted. At the end of the day, he's a hound, and sometimes he wants someone to pat his head and rub his belly and give him a handful of kupo nuts. You'd do good to remember that, Karen. I got you. Hey, before I accept any more side quests, I'm gonna get the Genji gloves. Genji gloves.
wasn't expecting you back.
Yes.
You earned this.
And the last one is one fallen enigma and orchestra.
All done?
Okay, let's see. How good are the Genji gloves? Increase damage dealt to enemies by 5%. Just increases damage dealt by 5. I was expecting more. I like these better. Damage dealt, very good, but I like those better. There's so many quests. Okay, we're gonna start here and go around. Accept them all one at a time. Byron, what do you need? Hey, Andy, how you doing?
Clive, my boy. Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
I forgot that came out, didn't it?
You were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather
painful,
hoping
painful
the great and
how?
good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way.
Ah, I
We
got
must
you.
move quickly.
But where do we start?
True.
It
the
do be that
challenges
way, it do
face
be
us
that
are
way.
many, but in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out
Narr.
there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes, but such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity.
Unity,
A
yes.
unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High
Byron.
Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally.
How's it going here?
And as
It's
luck would
going.
have it, I've already spoken
We're
with
at the
him on
final part of
matter.
the game, so we're just doing the last of the
course,
side
yeah.
quests before we do the final part of the
And
game.
he's agreed to help.
It's very
On one condition.
intense.
That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
It'd be that way, you know?
Of course not.
Everyone
As long as
dying, it'd
chaos
be that
reigns, we
way.
will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once.
Oh, fucking
Would you send
Byron.
to Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No.
Uncle.
Thank you, Clive.
Kind of fun, you can't really have fun together if you're like crazy different skill levels and competitive games like that. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why if Casey and I ever play games, it's usually nothing like that.
Ah, Clive.
Hello, Joshua.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will. Or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained.
Oh.
And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but would you join me?
Of course.
Of course. I want to know what's
Christian, thank you so much for the resub. Wait, didn't that already go through once? I'm confused. Wait a second. Prioritize quest. Didn't we already talk about this? Yeah, that was 2 days ago. Now it's going through again. Ah, no more, no congrats. No, you already subbed. You already subbed 2 days ago. You get it gave you a second notification. I'm someone with my friends, but I play it all the time. I don't wear drastically different skill brackets. I mean, there's not really much to do because if I make a new account low rank to play those here, it would be rude towards the other player. That's true because you'd be what's the fucking term? Smurf.
Sid,
You'd be a Smurf.
Do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her.
I'm that special.
She
I
found
get
some
2
way to send me a
notifications.
letter.
I guess.
And
I fucking
something else.
guess.
Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss.
10-second lunch
Even
break.
better for her. Bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now.
Yeah.
While I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed. I can't
No.
let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk
Left your
shipwreck on
wallet.
the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
I got you.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together.
True.
We stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past.
What was it?
Chadwick.
Chadwick.
Another of my former
What a
master's
Chad.
protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
Honestly, I feel it, Christian. I
The
feel it.
entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Also, Chadwick's from Final Fantasy VII Remake, so I guess they're gonna be. That's gonna be a recurring character name now. I've had a Cliff Bar or a Pop Tart in so long, dude. I get Pop Tarts all the time, all because they're a quick snack.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Cursebreakers. As you
Okay.
know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav.
Good point.
Since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you happy to oversee the boys' test then?
Sure.
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
S'mores. S'mores. S'mores sounds good. Food sounds good.
I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Talk to her for her quest really quick, then we'll get the last two, and then we'll go out and get the other ones, and then...
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Hippocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found.
What did you do, Christian?
But perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
Vicky.
What will it be today? Allow me to educate you.
Okay, Grandcast. We got to that part, now we're on to this part. Final stand. Final stand. Fighting as one. 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 Everyone's fighting as one.
One must understand one's place in the world.
Origin.
Very good.
It heats faster and gives a fun show. Suggested, trust me, trust me. Trust me, I have a college degree. I know what I'm talking about. Microwaving things with aluminum.
What do you think happened?
Sid, you have to help us.
What?
With what?
Child with not child
You didn't
voice.
take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well,
Oh,
yes.
God.
But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Mididol. She's been acting strange.
What'd she do?
Very strange. She's barely ever around.
She's busy.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind.
Yeah, are we finally gonna do
Did you
it?
last see her?
Okay, bye, Christian.
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid?
Hey.
You really should be more careful around Miss Mididol's inventions.
What the fuck?
Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
Of course.
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back together? She seems really sad.
Well, we got
Why don't
this.
I go and see if I can cheer her up?
We're gonna cheer her up. We got
Do
this.
that for us. She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him.
Of all the
It's not a
people,
real
she's
dungeon.
saying we're
Thanks
gonna
for the
break.
warning.
We broke things and we shouldn't. Motherfuckers. And the last side quest is up at the top.
I will not let them be forgotten.
Herman.
Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands
No.
across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It
Hmm.
was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names. But they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten.
I got you.
The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might.
I got you.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Nah.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Bad Bach and find the registry.
You will?
Yes, sir.
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vie de Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May them.
This is the ones where it's like, I'm gonna visit that village, and there's a bunch of Akashic, and I'm like, I'm not gonna visit this village. Is it that one? It might be that one. It might be that one. Oh, wait. Oh no, she's. Oh, one's talk to him, one's talk to Mid. I see. One's to speak to Hippocrates, and the one is going down here to talk to Mid.
Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along!
Okay, I heard another knocking. I'll be right back. Might as well check. Once again, it was nothing. Now, at some point, it's gonna show up. It said anywhere between 10 to 2.
If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing
Casey at
will.
work? Yeah, Casey's at work.
You aren't trying
And
to
after
give
she
the
gets off
Enterprise
work,
wings,
her
are you?
aunt's visiting. That's why I had to
What
stream so
else would
early
I
in the
do?
morning.
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you.
Yeah.
Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them?
People were knowing her at work still?
I
Yeah.
discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First, I need to make a prototype.
We're gonna get an airship?
One-woman job.
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if her godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it.
I'm her godfather? Aw.
First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings.
By her,
from the
I'm
smell
talking
of
about the
slits
ship,
in
of
top the
course.
crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
Mm-hmm.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the
True.
one who offered to help, remember?
That's a good point.
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
I'm one of the... I am the godfather to the Enterprise. Clive, you know she ain't doing that kind of. She puts it together. You get the parts.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Yes, sir.
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
Oh.
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza, or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
True.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, let's go talk to Hippocrates.
Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you.
Hippocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers, a tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
A fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
Then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Maybe.
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend.
Aww.
In the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library,
I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Okay. So that's all of those. Now let's go to the world and get the quests from all of these areas. There's 3 quests in the overworld. I was just say there's no one there.
Here to help me pack.
What's up, Lubor?
Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, 2, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The hideaway.
I gotcha. Yes, sir.
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda?
What do you want, Ferda?
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned, and they're headed this way.
Oh, God.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Go, go, go.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
Yeah, you're gonna need it. We'll prioritize this one.
What's
You have to listen to me. They're coming. You need to evacuate.
Why do they
Go, go, go.
Ah, it's you.
Yes, sir.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we?
Yes.
And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps?
Nope.
The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak.
Nope, it wasn't Lubor.
You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps.
Oh my God, these are such assholes.
He may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
Okay, assholes.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right.
Yes, we.
Speak to Lord Ferda.
I think we'd better shut up shop.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferda.
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil,
I got you,
you only have
babies.
to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Ferda! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Lubor is in need of
This
very
guy.
moment. Come quickly.
You have to believe me. The Akashic are coming. They don't eat. They don't sleep. They don't tire. And they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted. We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
Oh, Lubor's trying so hard.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Bearer?
Shut up.
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
It's you who should run!
Bruh.
Bearer!
Yeah, run! Far, far away!
Just go. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on, then.
Go on, go!
Just go. Just go.
Lubor. Wait. Someone's coming.
The kids.
Stop! You're hurting him!
Bruh. These insulted children.
What did Lubor ever do to you?
Get him, kids, get him.
Solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Yeah, get him, kids.
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
Ooh.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Ooh.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
Ooh, they're hearing him out.
We won't run, but we will fight.
Yes.
All right, then.
Wiping the blood away.
Gather round if you don't want to die.
Yes, yes.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage, and they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic Force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs.
Yes, sir.
Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchants not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalamil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
True.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing
Everyone's
it.
dressed normally, then you see Clive.
For Dalamil.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.
Okay.